Hi there. Today we're going to be visiting Hulopo'e Beach Park on the island of Lanai. We'll be leaving from Lahaina in Maui, taking the ferry across, visiting the beach park, and going out and checking out the environment. So we start our day in Lahaina, which is a pretty sleepy little town, especially this time of day. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning, and we're heading down to the Pioneer Inn for a little bit of breakfast before we jump on the ferry. So we'll have a pot of tea. It's surprising to some, but there are a lot of British traditions in Hawaii because it was a British colony before it was an American state. We won't start with the British tradition of a pint of ale for breakfast though. Maybe later. It's a beautiful day down on the dock, a light breeze, nice and clear. Should be a good trip over. The ferry costs $30 per person at the time we sailed. And this is the ferry that we go over on. It's a catamaran. It's pretty stable. Although you'll see later that it can get a little rough going over the Lahaina roads, but nice and calm this morning. We didn't book ahead or anything. We just went and paid for our ticket at the ticket booth right by the dock here. I would suggest during peak time it does get a little busy, and I think I was lucky enough to get the last ticket. So book ahead if you can.
Good morning.
Good morning.
For you.
Thank you. The ferry has 2 decks and has an inside area both downstairs and upstairs. We're not going to sit inside for the trip over because it's a beautiful sunny day. We're going to try and sit upstairs and take in the view. On a beautiful day like this, it's pretty popular upstairs. There's about 30 or so seats on the back here, and it's quite comfortable. You can see our breakfast place over there to the left, the Pioneer Inn. And Lahaina down here is all very compact. I think that's an old customs house there. The dock here is quite quaint, but there's a lot of tour boats that leave from here as well. It's all very quaint and easy to get around. There's a huge banyan tree over there in the square as well. Okay, off we go. trip over takes about 40 minutes before we get into Maaleaa Boat Harbour. These catamarans belong to the Four Seasons, which is just up the road a little. I think it's about $1,000 a night, but we won't be paying that. The harbour itself sees all sorts of small boat traffic. There are the cats from the Four Seasons, a lot of yachts. There are some scuba tour or snorkeling tour boats that go just off the headland. You can see one there in the distance. And there's regular commuter traffic for the residents of Lahaina. From Lahaina Port, it's a quick walk up the hill and probably about half a mile, 3/4 of a kilometre to walk from the port to the beach park. So make sure you have a hat and keep out of the sun because the heat can be quite fierce. There's a lot of regulations here, but I think the main one is that there are no dogs allowed. So you cannot bring your pets into the beach park. When you get to the beach park itself, there are facilities, there are restrooms where you can change if you need to, and shade and picnic tables. So a very pleasant little spot. The highlight, of course, is the beach itself, where you can swim. There is a pretty strong surf break, so you need to be careful. But before we go for a swim, let's have a look around with the drone. So there's not much swimming around the headland, but let's head back to the main beach and go for a dunk. The beach is very uncrowded, even on the weekend. There's a few people come down from the Four Seasons up on the hill there, but really not a lot of people on the beach. The beach is quite steep though, and it gets deep very quickly, and the waves are, every time I've been here, very powerful, so please do be careful. Alright, after that quick dunking, it's time to head back to Maaleaa, get onto the ferry, and head back to Lahaina. There's a couple of departures a day, but make sure you plan it. We just waited 20 minutes, and the ferry was quite full going back. It was also quite a bit rougher than when we came over, and apparently this is quite common in the afternoon across the Lahaina roads. That was a little rough going through the Lahaina roads. Even the locals were gasping a little bit. If you are prone to seasickness, maybe it'd be best to stick to one of these larger ships. These ferries can be a little bit rough. Anyway, it's a great day out to Lanai. Time to go back to the Pioneer Inn and enjoy a nice glass of beer. Thanks a lot for listening, and please click subscribe to be notified of any future updates. That's all for today. Please subscribe to be notified when I upload material, and hit like if you appreciate my content. It really helps me out. Thanks.